Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel Panther School. My name is Amit Singh, and in this video we will talk about how we can install and set up DevOps Center for our free developer org. So in this video we will be needing few things. We will be needing you to be ready with 2scratch.org and a GitHub account, because we are going to connect our Scratch.org in our DevOps Center. We are also going to use GitHub that we will be connecting with DevOps Center as well. So just to give you the introduction about DevOps Center, what DevOps Center is. So DevOps Center is a tool which is going to be used for deploying the code from lower sandboxes to the upper sandboxes till production environment as. So Salesforce has released this tool recently in this previous release, and that is available in beta version. When we say beta version, that means it is having good number of functionalities. It is having a very good functionality that we can use, but there are also certain limitations. So the limitations that you will also be able to see when we will be working with DevOps Center. Before we actually start installing DevOps Center and doing the setup, please do like, share, subscribe the channel, and also join our Telegram group, and you will get the link in the description. So let's quickly start. So all you need to do is log into your developer org and navigate to the setup. Once you are here under setup, just search for DevOps Center. So as soon as you click on this DevOps Center, you will be presented with a screen like this, where you will easily see, or you will be able to see, that this is a beta version. And once you enable this, you will not be able to disable this setting. So just go ahead and toggle this checkbox. It will ask you to accept some license agreement. Go ahead, click on accept, and then you will be able to see that this is enabled. The DevOps Center is enabled for you. Now you need to do the installation for DevOps Center. So just click on this install package button. It will open a new tab in the same browser. It will automatically take your my domain, whatever the domain that you have for your Salesforce org. It will present you to a login screen like this, as you can see in your screen. Then select install for admins only, click on install. Again, it will ask you to approve some third-party websites. Those are nothing, those are the Salesforce login URLs for sandboxes and production. So select that checkbox and then click on continue. Once you click on continue, it will start installing the application for the admin user. It will take some time to install the application inside your Salesforce org. It might be 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So after waiting for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you will be able to see that package inside the install packages in your Salesforce org. Once your package is installed, you will receive a successful message over your email that is associated with your developer org. And you can also see under installed package, I can see that there is a package which has been installed called DevOps Center Beta. Now the next step is to create a connected application. That connected application is going to give us the access to the DevOps Center. So to do that, we'll just quickly search for App Manager from the home page, quick search, and we will select App Manager. Here what we have to do is we have to create a connected application. We don't need to create a Lightning application. So for creating the connected application, you will see basically under App Manager, you will see two buttons. You need to select this new connected app. And once you click on this new connected app, it will ask few information to you, like what is your name of your application. So you can give the name as DevOps Center, or you can put the email whatever you want. For example, we wanted to put support@salesforce.com. Then here we have to select some logo, what logo we wanted to. So we can select choose one of our sample logos. If you click on that button, it is going to open something for you, and you can quickly search for some images whatever you want. Okay, or you can select settings or DevOps. So let's say we wanted to select the Salesforce platform icon. So just select this logo URL, okay, or you can select this icon URL and paste it over here under icon, and copy this logo URL and paste it over here under logo image URL. We will talk about why we need these logos and why we are putting this. Then we have to select this start URL. This is really useful for us. If we don't provide a start URL, our application will not be visible to us. So what we have to put it, we have to put / and then we will say sf underscore DevOps / then we will say DevOps Center dot app. This is what we have to put as a start URL. Now, if you are wondering from where we are getting this URL, what URL we need to put is, there is an article which is published by Salesforce, and this is the article that Salesforce has published, and here we have got every single thing what we need to put for our connected application. I will be giving you this link under the description of the video so that you can also refer this link. Now you see here, this is the same URL which I have provided over here for my application. Now what you need to do is just scroll down, go ahead and click on save. We have just created this connected application. Now we created this connected application, but this application will not be accessible by any user. The reason it will not be accessible, because we have to give the permission to access this connected application. Now how we will be giving is, we will be clicking on this manage, and it is again going to take us to the manage application, to the connected application, to the same page. Again, this is a different page for the connected application. Scroll down, and below that you will find profiles and manage permission sets. So click on this manage permission sets button, and as a part of package installation, our DevOps Center package installation, we have got multiple permission sets. We have got total 5 permission sets as a part of our package. Out of 5, this is the permission set we need to assign, which is SF DevOps named credential. And then just click on this save button that is there on the top right, bottom right. You will see 2 buttons, save and cancel. Click on this save to assign this permission set to the application, to a particular connected application which we have just developed. Now we are done with the installation part. We are done with the creating the connected application, providing the access. Now there are few things like how the users will be able to access this application. So to do that, next step is to provide the to give the access, to give the permission set to the user. We'll just quickly go to search box and search for users and select users from this drop down. This is the one which we need to select, and find which user you wanted to assign this particular permission set. So I am logged in as Amit Singh, so I'll select my user, and here under permission set assignment, I'll click on this edit assignment. So here what we have to do is, now you might be wondering which permission set to assign to which user. There could be 3 types of user. One, who will be managing the releases. Releases means the release manager who will be deploying your code from one environment to another environment. Second, who will be managing your complete DevOps center, like for creating a project for your project. Then the third type of users, those will be developing the customization or configuration. So for that, DevOps Center has given 5 permission sets. Out of 5, we need to assign 2 permission sets to all the users who are going to use DevOps Center, and those comes under third category, which is developing the new feature, fixing a bug, or developing the new configuration. So those 2 permissions set are, one is DevOps Center and the other one is SF DevOps named credential, which we have given access to our connected application. Now if you have a user who is going to manage the release, for that you have got a permission called DevOps Center Release Manager. As for our demo purpose, we are going to manage the release, so we will select DevOps Center Release Manager. Then you will be having some user who is going to create a project for you. Like you have multiple projects in your company, in your organization, so there will be few users who will be managing the product, like team lead or project manager. For that you will be giving this permission, which is DevOps Center Manager. Again, there is a complete document for this provided by Salesforce. You'll get that as well in the link in the description basically for this video. After you have selected this permission set, click on save. Now you have done all the things which is required, like creating a permission set, and not creating a permission set, assigning the permission set to the user whom you wanted to access this DevOps Center. Now what you have to do is you have to click on this app launcher, 9 dots from the top left, and here you have to search for DevOps Center. So you will see DevOps Center, and you can see this logo. This is the logo which is coming from the URL which we have selected at the time of creation of our connected application. So select this DevOps Center and it is going to open a new tab for you. This is the place which is basically your DevOps Center. This is here you will see the name DevOps Center. You see all projects, there are 0 projects, and then there is a new button which is new project that is grayed out currently. But after some time, a minute or two, it will basically be visible to you, and then we will be able to create this project. And why this is grayed out? It is basically checking if the user who is logged in or accessing this DevOps Center either has the correct permission or not. So now you can see we've got this new project which is enabled. We can click on this, and if you click on this new project, it will ask you to connect your DevOps Center with GitHub. Remember, we've talked about you will be needing GitHub account. So you will be asked to connect GitHub with your DevOps Center. So click on this connect to GitHub button. It will take you to GitHub login page where you need to log in or provide the access. So I have already logged in and I have already provided the access to GitHub. That's why it is not asking for me. But what it will be doing for you is it will be presenting you to the GitHub login access, where you will be logged. You need to provide your GitHub account username and password. Then it will ask you to allow some permissions. So just go ahead and authorize force.com. That is going to be something, the text authorize force.com or allow force.com. You need to click on that, and then you will be redirected to this page. Again, click on this new project, and this time you will be presented with this screen. Now what we will say this DevOps Center demo. Okay, you can see this is DevOps Center demo. This is the name of project. Now what you need to do is, which option you need to select out of these two. So if your project is a brand new project starting from scratch, then select the first option which is already selected. If you already have a project and you are migrating to DevOps Center and that project is already there in GitHub, then you will be selecting second option where you will select your repository URL. In our case, we will select the first option, and then I will change the name of repo to DevOps Center demo like this. Instead of underscores, I'm using hyphen. And then if you want to give the project description, you can also give the project description as well. Go ahead and click on save. So once your project is saved, you will be presented with this screen where you will see what's the name, who the user has created the record, what is the repository URL, and then release environment is asking for us to connect. There are no environments and there are no pipeline status, right? Now what is this release environment? This release environment is our production environment where we are going to deploy the final code. So if you have another developer org, you can use that. If you don't have another developer org, you can also use the same org where you have installed this application. So just click on this, click to connect. Okay, then it will ask you to give the name of your org. So I can just put it as production org. Then you need to select production because this is a production environment and click on login. Once you click on login, it will take you to the login page where you have to provide your username and password. Once you provide the username and password, again it will ask you to allow few permissions. That allow screen that you have to provide, you have to click on allow, and once you click on allow, then you will be redirected back to this screen where you will see that release management URL is this one. This is my different org. Under all environments, you will see there are no orgs. Okay, 0 developer org and 1 is other means this release org. Now what we'll do is we'll click on this project name. It will take us to the project detail page where we can define the pipelines. Pipelines are nothing, these are the stages, or we can say these are the different Salesforce sandbox environment. how we are going to do the deployment, like from developer org to staging to UAT to hotfix, and then production, like that. By default, you will be having 3 to 4 stages. So we will be deleting this staging. So click on this drop down and click on select this remove stage button, because we want only 2 stages for now. And then similarly for integration, just click on drop down and select remove stage. You have 2 stages. If you want to add, if you wish to add more stage, then you can click on this drop down and select either add a stage to left or a stage to right. Okay. Now, if you see one thing, for production environment, we have selected environment as production org. Branch is also selected. But for this UAT environment, we don't have any environment. We don't have this branch selected, right? So how to connect with this UAT environment? How to select UAT environment, right? UAT environment is going to be your sandbox. So for that, click on this settings. Once you click on settings, basically this is the place where we define our environments, all our production or sandbox environments. So we'll click on this add icon, and this is basically the work which will be done by your project manager or team lead. You will not be asked to do this, but yeah, if you are setting up DevOps Center for you, you will definitely need to be following all these steps. So click on this add, and then what you need to do is UAT. This is your UAT org, and usually we don't develop over UAT, so we will select sandbox or scratch org. Don't check this checkbox, because if you check this checkbox, this org will be considered as development org. Click on login. Again, it will ask you to log in with your scratch org. Here you have to provide the username and password of your scratch org. So if you don't have scratch org, stop the video, pause the video here, set up your scratch org for you, reset the password, and then come back over here, log in with your username and password. You need minimum 2 scratch org for the purpose of this demo. So I have provided the access, I have provided the username and password for my UAT sandbox. Again, as you will be doing it for the first time, so you will be also asked to allow access like the production environment. So just go ahead and allow it, then you will be redirected back to the same screen which I am able to see over here. We have also selected UAT. Then we also need at least one sandbox where, as a developer, as an admin, we are going to make the changes like creating the objects, creating the FS classes, their test classes, components, or applications. That kind of changes we will be making there in that sandbox. So again, click on add, and then you can say dev1. This is the name of your sandbox. This we again select sandbox, and this time we will select this is used for development. So once we select this development, then only it will be considered as development environment. Then again, go ahead and click on login. You will be presented to provide your username and password. Provide your username and password, login, allow access, and then you will be redirected back to your DevOps Center screen where you will see the environment. Now we have got 3 environments: Dev1, production, and UAT. Let's get back to the pipeline. This time you can see here developer environment. We are able to see there is one environment called dev1, and then for stage name UAT, under environment select UAT. This is your environment UAT. You cannot select same environment for multiple stages. That's why we had 2 scratch org and 1 production. For branch, click on specify branch and create a branch. Again, if you have a new project, you have to create a branch. If you are using existing project, you can select existing branch which is already there for UAT org. So we'll select create branch with the name UAT. We got this, and then go ahead and click on activate. So once you activate it, there will be one more tab visible to you, which is stages. You can see here, and under stages you will see approved work items, you will see UAT, and you will see production. So with this, we are done with the setup of our DevOps Center. How to install, how to create the connected application, how to assign the permission set, as well as how to connect with various environments. So in the coming video, we will talk about how to create work items, how to work with those, and then how to promote those changes to the higher environment. So this is it for this video. Thank you for your time. Again, before you go ahead, please do like, share, subscribe the channel. Also join our Telegram channel. Thank you.